come on in, everyone. Come on in because we are here for Never Ever Met Season 1. We are on Episode 5, y'all. Episode 5. And where are we meeting today? This is my backdrop for the day. Where are we meeting? In the therapist's office. This is where we're going to meet. Because let me tell you, everybody. Is that what they say? Everybody. Not everybody. Everybody needs to be in the therapist's office. Ain't nothing wrong with it. We all need therapy. We do all need therapy. So I ain't going to try to make it seem like it's a horrible thing. But let me tell you, these folks need to run with a quickness. I know they had Dr. Ramani on here and she came for a visit. She don't need to come just for a visit. They need to get her a room in that house so she can be there 24/7. Change that boom boom room into a therapy room. They need more of a therapy room than they need a boom boom room. They need to convert that. They need to do a little bit of redecorating. I'll put a couch in there, a chair, some Kleenex, anything else you need in a therapist's office so that she can do 24 hours, 7-day-a-week sessions because everybody here does it. The amount of projection that was going on during this show, I tell you, what does my thumbnail say? Hurt people, hurt people. And that was really what was going on here. Hurt people, hurt people. Hopefully y'all watched my video, my car talk I did a couple of days ago because OWN dropped an exclusive clip with a little bit more information about Chris and Sandia's therapy session with Dr. Ramani. I did a video a couple of days ago. Please, if you haven't watched it, go back and watch it because I might be referencing it a little bit here because it does kind of tie into this episode. But that clip, that car talk I talked about was really exclusively about Chris and Sandia. But I'm going to tell you something. This conversation we're going to have today is going to be talking about a lot of projection people. If y'all believe all this hoopla that's going on is here to protect Sandia, y'all are wrong. These people are not getting up this riled up to protect Sandia, a woman who they just met 3 days ago, a woman who still has not said she wants nor appreciates all this help she's getting, all these people attacking Chris. Sandia sits over there, doesn't say, yeah, thank you for the help, doesn't ask for the help. And when the cavalry is coming in, including Millie this week, Sandia doesn't like it. So all these women who are attacking Chris is projection. Chris is triggering them. Chris is triggering them from their own past hurts. This has nothing to do with protecting Sandia. You got Diamond over here going at the neck of Chris. And then all of a sudden, she turns around and makes it be about her of how Aaron didn't protect her. The truth of the matter is, why does Diamond like to go after people? Let's forget about who Chris is because what we're finding out is Diamond likes to go after people, period. You see, she wants us to believe she's going after Chris because Chris has done this to Sandia. Sandia, a person you don't hardly know, a person that, you just met, a person who doesn't really want your help, a person who hasn't even said thank you the first time for your help, a person who you said has laid you out to dry, but you keep coming at it. And now you're making it about that Aaron didn't protect you. So let's first talk about that. First of all, Diamond likes to fight, period. It really doesn't matter who she's going to fight. She likes to fight. And it's convenient that the person she can fight in this house happens to be Chris and Joanna. Does it mean that I like Chris? No. Does it mean that I like Jodie? No. But what I have done is I have peeped Diamond. The second person who's projecting is Aaron, Big Aaron, her man. Because when she told him, I don't feel protected, and she told him she felt like he was weak, he got triggered. Why did he get triggered? Because guess what? We know that Aaron has been called weak in his life. Any man running around with painted fingernails has been called weak before. And I told y'all last time, I said, hey, what do painted fingernails mean on a man? And I said, well, from what I know, that must mean you don't believe in any gender lines. Gender lines are blurred. A man can wear fingernail polish if he wants to. Got it. it probably means that maybe I'm not necessarily gay, that I like to sleep with men, but I don't believe in gender lines. Got it. I really believe it because now we know that's really what he believes because he went after Jodie, Joanna, like a man. That was wrong. The way he went after Jodie and Joanna, I don't care. It was wrong. And why did he go after her that hard? Only to prove that he wasn't weak, because he was triggered when his girlfriend Diamond called him weak. Back in the day, they would have called him a pussy, and he didn't like that. So he had to stand up and go extra hard on Jodie Joanna because he had to prove to his girlfriend that he wasn't weak. So once again, it was not about protecting Sandia. Aaron jumping in and acting a fool this week, cussing out Jodie Joanna, had nothing to do with protecting Sandia. How have we gotten away from what everybody tells us is about protecting Sandia, and Sandia is sitting over there in the corner with her mouth shut? Then we got Millie. Millie cussing out Chris, calling him a bitch. What? Millie? Why are you going so hard in on Chris? Because you too are triggered. We know Millie's background. She too is triggered. Chris has triggered everyone in this house. And I told y'all before that Chris is not interested in Jodie Joanna. It's not even the type of woman he likes. It's not even the woman he likes. But what we have seen more in this episode, and we're going to really get into it with Jodie Joanna, is Jodie likes Chris, because what Chris displays is no emotion, no emotional connection. And now, maybe some of y'all are believing me what I said before. That's what Jodie likes. Jodie likes emotionless sex. No emotion with her sex. We're going to talk about it. That's what she likes. We may not have known where it came from, but now that we know about her history, where she's been violated, it all makes sense. It all makes sense how now she has decided sex. She wants to take back control of her sexual life because she was violated and she felt she had no control over it. So now in this life that she's living now, her goal, her quest is to control sex in all facets. Like she told her Aaron, no, I'm going to tie you up because I'm going to stay in control over sex, not you. Girl, I'm okay with whatever you want to do, Jodie. Just don't come over here trying to tell other women we need to be like you. Nope. But let's get into this bit by bit, couple by couple. That's my full intro, y'all. But I need to come up with another praise for Never Ever Mets. I have praised Never Ever Mets on the video I did, the card talk, a couple of days ago. I praised them for bringing in Dr. Ramani. I said a real doctor. For once, not an actor doctor, not a doctor who, they may have a doctorate degree or practice, but a real doctor who's going to come in here and say, I'm not here for the television. I'm here to help people. And I said, I like Dr. Ramani or Ramani, whichever way she pronounces it. I liked her. And I'm going to praise Never Ever Mets one more time because you know what they did? They sent Brandon and Sienna home. Sent them home. Love it. Love it. I'm so tired of some of these reality TV shows letting people stay on the show just for clout, even though they're not there for the real purpose of the show. I love that Never Ever Met said to them, listen, this show is about people who've never ever met, who want to work out their relationship, who want to keep trying to see if they can make it in the real world. You've decided that you don't even want to make it in the real world, so you can go ahead on and go. We're not going to keep you here for TV, good TV. Nope. We're going to let you come on here, do your thing, say your piece, and now we said it's time for you to go. Just like they sent home the other Dominique and Alexis, now they sent home Brandon and Sienna, and I loved it. Because really, why should they stay? If you're really not trying to make your relationship work and you've decided you don't want to do this no more, then go home. No need for you to sit here and contaminate the house with your bad vibes when everybody else is trying to make it out here. The next person that really needs to go is probably going to be Jodie and Jodie and her Aaron. That's the next people that need to go, because really, she faking the funk too. She's out here trying to prove a point that she can connect with a man, and she is not proving her point at all. She's proving just the opposite. Just the opposite. Just like Big Aaron over there tried to prove to us that he's not weak and he's not a punk, and him going after Jodie the way he did, calling her names, the way that he got into it with Diamond's sister actually proved the opposite. Isn't it funny that when people come here to try to prove one thing, they prove the opposite? And let me tell you a little bit more. Aaron even came after my neck in my comments last week. He told me, he threatened me and said, we're going to make a video about you. You want to sit up here on the video, basically saying, I want to sit up here on the video and talk about all of them on the show. Y'all on the show. Y'all ought to be happy as bloggers and reviewing this show because it helps the ratings. I'm quite sure Owen likes our reviews. Owen likes the publicity we give in this show. Owen likes that we out here promoting the show and maybe this show can get a second season. They like us. So you trying to run us bloggers away, Aaron, ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. And you coming after me, talking about we going to make a video about all you bloggers, just further proves that, yeah, you right. You gender neutral. You absolutely gender neutral. Aaron and Diamond together, these two people, they like to fight. These two people together, they like to fight. They're not going to be able to be in no relationship. They better keep their relationship online, just like Aaron said and Diamond said, because once they get together, it's gonna be a hot mess. Remember Aaron told us he's been a victim of domestic violence, abuse. A woman beat him up. I can believe it. The way he run his mouth, the way he come after women, I can believe that he also had a fight with a woman and maybe that woman got the better of him because he says he does like women. That got a little meat on their bones. So guess what? I can see he got his butt whipped. I can see it. All of it makes sense. But I can also see how he likes to stand up to women. He likes to get in women's face. He likes to scream down women, yell down women, and call them nasty names. He's right. Just like his painted fingernails say, he's gender neutral. Everybody can get it. Young, old, woman, female. He said he don't draw no gender lines. He don't draw no lines, period. But then he want extra respect because he's 51 years old. He running over here trying to tell Jodie and everybody else, I'm 51. I'm the more mature one. No, you not. No, you not. When you ready to sit down and when you ready to step out and rumble in the jungle with that 31-year-old woman that's half your size, I don't care what she did or what you think she's doing with a whole nother man. Stay out of it. It's not even your business. She didn't say nothing to you. She didn't curse you out. Sandia ain't saying nothing about it. Chris ain't saying nothing about it. So why all you people over there in that business so thick? Like I said, I understood when you might have had one or two comments to say, but at this point in time, it's doing too much. And then you got Aaron over here mad at Diamond's sister, telling Diamond's sister she was dipping where she shouldn't have been dipping. Well, you dipping them painted toes and them painted fingernails over there in Chris and Sandia and Jodie's issue, and you shouldn't be dipping over there either. You dipping your painted fingernails in places you shouldn't be dipping. So you criticizing the sister for being in your business with you and Diamond, but you done stuck your whole painted toenail and your whole painted fingernail in the business of Jodie, Chris, and Sandia. Way too much. Take that acrylic dip toenail and fingernail somewhere else and stay out of their business. It's enough. It's done. And if you triggered by your woman calling you weak, go handle it a different kind of way. A whole different kind of way. I can't even believe that Diamond is still mad over the fact that she went out on a limb for Sandia, and she's still over here talking about it on this episode, still causing a kerfuffle over it. Because in the end, she should have said, you know what? I'm not sticking my neck out anymore for Sandia, who don't even want to be saved. Sandia don't want to be saved by Diamond, so why is she over there? Like I said, some people just like to fight, and what they do is they make up excuses to fight. A little bit of smoke, they're going to run right over to the smoke. Right? They don't wait for no fire to come because they're like, ooh, there's some smoke. Let me run in that direction because that's what I like to do. So far, Diamond has been in everybody else's business, But like I said, let's get into your business real good. And we find out that when her sister comes this episode, her business is messy too. Messy. She running around here telling Diamond, I don't want to be, she running around here trying to tell Aaron, I don't want to be around fake people. Fake people. Are them nails natural or are they acrylic? I don't want no fake people and I don't want no man with no fake nails. Are they acrylic or are they natural? You seem like you here for everybody else, but you not here for me. Diamond is triggered. That's really her issue. I think Diamond has spent a lot of her time fighting, probably fighting battles she shouldn't be fighting, but it's probably triggered because probably Diamond was picked on maybe when she was younger. Maybe she was a big girl when she was younger. Maybe a lot of people picked on her. A lot of people called her fat. A lot of people called her names. And maybe what she thought was, why doesn't anybody protect me out here? When people are ganging up on me, why isn't anyone here to protect me? So she learned how to fight. She learned how to defend herself. That's good, Diamond. I get it. I understand it. But then what she did as she got older, she said, I'm now going to go around and put my cape on for everybody else who gets abused and talked about and treated poorly. So I'm just not going to protect myself when people come after me. I'm now going to make it my mission to anytime I see anybody else being done wrong, I'm going to jump in and help fight them too, because that's what I would have wanted someone to help me with. You see what I'm saying? So when she's helping Sandia, is it really because Sandia wants help from her? Is it really because Sandia needs help? We come to find out Sandia don't want no help. Sandia don't want the help. So Diamond, why are you still jumping in? We're jumping in because she's triggered by it. She's triggered by her own history, her own past. She's not there for Sandia. She is there to reconcile something in herself. Like I said, step into the therapist's office. It's a quack therapist's office because I ain't no real therapist, but step into it anyway. And then she triggers Aaron. The minute she called Aaron fake and weak, he was triggered. Because I know all his life he's been called fake and weak. If he been running around with painted fingernails, and who knows what else, cross-dressing, I don't know what else he does, then I'm quite sure people have called him fake in the past. They've called him weak in the past, and he was triggered by it. So much so that he decides, boom, 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 boom. Okay, let me prove to Diamond that I'm not weak. And in proving to Diamond that I'm not weak, I'm going to go right in here and tell off Jodie, Joanna. And the way he went after her was foul. And let me tell you, it didn't even make him look strong. It made him look weak. The very thing he was trying to prove he wasn't, he proved that he actually was, because that was weak and that was fake. It was fake because, one, you didn't really want to do it, because if you really wanted to do it, you would have done it the first time. So just when you were trying to prove to Diamond that you weren't fake, you just faked the funk right here. If you wanted to prove you weren't weak, you just prove you're weak, because you didn't go after Chris, another man. You went after Jodie, the woman. Another weak move. I guess, like I said, gender neutral. Josh over there sitting in the corner eating food, because like I told y'all before, the only thing Josh want to do is Josh want to sit over there. He either want to eat or he want to have sex. And when anything is popping off in the house, he says, I'm not getting up from this table. I'm going to continue eating because I'm hungry. Because, yeah, sex makes you hungry. He just in a cycle, sex and eating, sex and eating, sex and eating. Like I said, that fake motel, Super 8 motel room, they need to turn that into a therapist's office, not no boom boom room. Shay and Josh can go have sex somewhere else, because what's needed right now more so is a therapy room. And the way Big Aaron was going in on little Aaron, trying to tell him he ain't for you. I'm 51 years old, and let me give you my number because you're going to be needing to call me soon. Don't call him. Little Aaron, don't call him. Because to be honest with you, I'm not sure a Big Aaron will be an influence on him. We over here already talking about that Little Aaron is gay. And next thing you know, he going to go over here with Big Aaron, and Little Aaron going to come back with come back not only with them double earrings, but with some painted nails. And we're really going to be like, I told y'all. I told y'all. Little Aaron, do not call a Big Aaron. Maybe he's trying to tell you to call him for a whole nother reason. I don't know. I ain't gonna put it past nobody. Big Aaron, you want Little Aaron to call you just so you can give him some advice, or you just gonna make a pass at him and you trying to steal him away from Jodie? Which is it? Because I don't know. I don't know no more. Because you done confused me on this episode. When Diamond saw Big Aaron standing up for her like that, cussing everybody out, cussing out women, cussing out men, she was over there smiling from ear to ear. She was happy. Because like I said, this had nothing to do with Sandia. This had everything to do with Diamond. Diamond hashing out things of her past, of her childhood. It even didn't have anything to do with Aaron standing up for her now in this moment. It had to do with Aaron standing up for her, period, because she don't get stood up for. It had to do with the fact that Aaron kicked her to the curb when he proposed to that whole other woman, and he didn't stand up for her then. This don't have nothing to do with Sandia. Sandia is a pawn in all these people's convoluted hurt people ways. You know, some people try to tell you they for you, but they're not for you. They're really there for themselves. When people start doing things that you tell the people, hey, this is not really helpful to me. It's not making me feel better. And they keep doing it. They're not doing it for you. They're doing it for themselves. Diamond over here trying to tell everybody, what's that saying? I'm a lady in the streets, a freak in the sheets. Girl, what street? What street you talking about where you showing up as a lady? She said she turned on by Aaron now. And the way that Aaron is running around here cussing out women, she turned out by a man cussing out a woman. And she said, I'm a lady in the streets, but a freak in the sheets. Girl, what streets are you showing to be a lady in? Because I ain't seen it yet. I have not been down that street yet. Where is the GPS? Because we lost. We are lost. We can't find the street where you being a lady. We really can't find it. And when Diamond's brother came, his friend of 37 years came and said, oh yeah, I'm going to be proposing to Diamond. His friend was like, what? Say it again. For real, for real. And Diamond was like, yeah, I just got to get past this sister that don't like me. And when that sister showed up, what was her name? Irene or something? Irene came in on level 10, level 100, straight out the gate and said, I don't like you. I ain't never like you. I'm not going to like you. Diamond was like, you should like him because I like him. She said, nope, I ain't going to like him, period. And she says, I'm going to be the bitch you love to hate. And this is when it went low. Low. Where's Michelle Obama? Because when Michelle Obama says when they go low, you supposed to go high. But let me tell you, we got gender neutral Aaron. And when any woman goes low, Aaron gonna go lower. Lower. He got Megan Thee Stallion knees. When a woman thinks she can drop it low, let me tell you, Aaron, it says, I got Megan Thee Stallion knees and I'm gonna go lower. He said, look at your ugly ass. She called him a frog with a fedora. I added the fedora part. She said, you look like a frog with a fedora. She said, scratch my ass where it has diarrhea. First of all, what kind of dirty dozens is this? Scratch my ass where there's diarrhea. First of all, you got diarrhea? What? You got diarrhea. That's way too much information. And he says your face looks like an ass. These two, I'm telling you, where else have you seen two people try to go in on somebody else and they make their own self look worse? Girl, your ass with diarrhea. You lost me. But when she said your mama, your daddy, and your children too, painted fingernails, acrylic fingernails, Aaron, he lost it too. He had to come back in there. I guess what's he going to do? Get in a fight with the woman? Ooh, I tell you, this gender neutral stuff. No. But there is Diamond talking about, listen, I'm a lady in the streets and a freak in the sheets. What street you on right now, Diamond? Martin Luther King Boulevard? Are we on Martin Luther King Boulevard, Diamond? What a mess. What a hot mess, y'all. Security is busy in this series. Security, I hope they in the house 24/7 too. But like I said, all this stuff surrounding Chris and Sandia and all of this trying to get at Chris, as much as I don't like Chris, all this stuff is projection. And let me tell you who else was projecting. Millie. Girl, there was way too much heat on what you was doing. I cannot condone what Millie did. I cannot condone Millie calling Chris a bitch. I can't condone it, Millie. I'm sorry, Millie. I like you. I want you to heal. I'm rooting for you and Greg. But Greg better watch what just happened, because the way that Millie went in on Chris and called him a bitch, I was like, ooh, Millie, You showing some parts of you that's not good, Millie. That's not good. And Chris said, you need to calm your woman down, Greg. Chris said, you need to control your woman like I control my woman. Get your woman on a leash like I got my woman on a leash. And Greg said, I ain't doing that. Not only is he not going to do it, he can't do it. Not only is he not going to do it, he can't do it. But Chris said, I ain't going to fight with no woman. I'm not going to fight with no woman. I know you're not going to fight with no woman that can beat you up. You're not going to fight with no woman who's willing to fight back. You're going to fight with a woman like Sandia who don't want to fight back. We know who Chris is. Chris like a fight too. He just likes the type of fights where he know he going to win. It's a difference. He picks his fights. He likes to pick on people he know he can bully and he can win with. That's why he's over there with Sandia, because she ain't standing up for herself. But Millie done shown Greg, look what's inside of me. And at any point in time, Greg, you can get this too. You can get it too, Greg. But like I said, Millie, come on into the office. Come on into this therapy office. Y'all know I do private sessions. Anybody want to come to me and talk about anything going on in their life, I put it in the description box. Call me, book a session. I might need to extend free sessions to anybody on this show. Let me say that I'm not no therapist, but maybe I could supplement your therapy. And if you need to talk about anything, look down in the description box and call me. And anybody on this show, you want a free private session with Auntie Deborah, call me, because y'all right now, y'all out the box. Y'all are out the box, out of control. Y'all just doing way too much. You off the rails. You need to get back on track, because this right here, what we seeing on this show is a whole lot of projecting. It's a whole lot of people being triggered. And this not good. This not good for no relationships. Not even a relationship in which, this not good for no relationships. Not even no virtual one. Let alone one in person. And it ain't even worth it trying to fight the battle for Sandia, because Sandia went over there and threw everybody on the bus when she went over there in the corner and started talking to her man, talking about, I don't know what's going on. I'm confused. They all making too big of a deal out of this. Girl, you got the whole house in an uproar. You got Millie over here triggered going after your man. You got Diamond going after your man. You got Aaron jumping in to protect Diamond and then going after Jodie. And you sitting over here with your man talking about, I don't even know why these women are so upset about it, because I ain't got no problem with it, Chris. Like I said, are you really protecting Sandia, or are these women protecting themselves? These women was triggered. And Sandia over here throwing people under the bus. Don't be going to protect Sandia. She got to learn how to protect herself. And maybe she got something up her sleeve that we don't know about. Let's give her a little bit of credit. Maybe she got something up her sleeve that we don't know about. And maybe she's not as weak-minded as Chris says. Because this man over here, Chris, said exactly what I said in my video earlier, if y'all didn't watch it. And that is, he told Sandia to his face, I don't want you to trust nobody but me. What? So out in the world, I can't trust anyone but you. But you just told me you like a sweet, feminine, kind, caring woman. But then what you want me to do is, you don't want me to ever trust anybody out in the world. You want me to turn off my emotions. You want me to put walls up between me and other people. But you just want me to trust you. Boy, these manipulation tactics that Chris got. He think he crafty, but he ain't crafty. People are seeing through him. I know Dr. Romani sees right through him. He is trying to do a number on Sandia. He told Sandia, I don't want you to look at these people. I don't want you to listen to these people. Keep your eyes on me. And then what he says is, you need to stick with me. What? You didn't stick with Sandia? You ain't stuck with Sandia when Sandia told you she was uncomfortable. When Sandia tells you what she doesn't like that you do. You don't stick beside her. You don't even acknowledge her feelings. But then here you do. You sit in Sandia's face and you said, I want you to trust me and no one else. And I want you to back me up no matter what happens to me. When all these other people are coming at me, Sandia, I want you to back me up. But I ain't going to back you up. This is control 101. This is what control, trying to get control over, looks like 101. Let me separate you from any other person that might be trying to tell you a little bit of truth. And I want you to separate from that person. And I want you to focus on me only, my words only. Don't watch what I'm doing. Just focus on my words. He said, don't let people get in your head, Sandia. Only let me get in your head. And when they went to this little rope episode, who didn't know who was going to tie up who? We know that Chris was going to tie up Sandia. It really should have been the opposite, because the purpose of the exercise should have been so that people could come out of their comfort zone. We already know that Chris is comfortable with tying up Sandia. What should have happened is Chris should have been tied up so he could be comfortable in another role with Sandia tying him up. But no, he went with what he was comfortable with. And Sandia was fine with it, because Sandia don't have no problem giving up control. Not at all. Sandia said, we got good sexual chemistry. We're physically attracted to each other. But Chris gonna need to learn how to respect my feelings and deal with my feelings. She talking a good game, but we don't see her walking the game she talking. See, right now, Sandia says it. She says she's upset. She says she's uncomfortable. She says she doesn't like the way he treats him, but her mouth ain't matching her feet. So I don't know if Sandia got something up her arm, if she got something a trigger she's willing to pull, or if she talks a good game, but she don't never do nothing different. I guess only time is going to tell with Sandia. But in the meantime, I would not be jumping in no ring taking up for Sandia. Not at all. But at least I'll give Chris credit. At least he did go and see the therapist, Dr. Ramani. It's probably one of the best things he could have done. He didn't want to do it, but he said he going to do it because his girl, Sandia, want to do it. And good thing he did go, because I think he learned something. This needs to be the first of many, many sessions. Years of session, Chris. I hope now you call up Dr. Ramani or any other therapist and you make it a weekly visit. You make it a weekly visit, because I think it did help him. And when he sat down there and said, I think Sandia and I share the same morals and values because we both Haitian, and Dr. Ramani said, that don't have nothing to do with it. Dr. Ramani is like, how is it that you share the same morals and values, but you treat her like crap? And she just said, morally, this isn't the way I like to treat people. How can you share the same morals and values when Sandia has told you, morally, this isn't the way I like to treat people, but yet you treat me this way? You don't share the same morals and values, Chris, because you don't even value her opinion. You just told her last week that her feelings are invalid. So how do you value the same things? Just because y'all are Haitian? And even when Sandia reiterated her feelings and said, hey, you know what? He's very touchy. He's very feely on women. I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable. What did Chris says? You making me feel attacked. Why? Because I got an opinion? Because I have emotions? Why is me telling you I'm uncomfortable with what you did making you feel attacked? I didn't call you a name. I didn't call you a cheater. I told you I feel uncomfortable. Why is expressing my emotions called a fight? Why is me telling you I'm uncomfortable attacking you? I didn't call you a name. I didn't call you like these other people did, calling you bitches and stuff. All I said was, I don't like it and I feel uncomfortable, but you feel it's an attack. So anytime I tell you about my emotions, I'm attacking you. Good Lord. That means that there's no room for anybody else's feelings and emotions but Chris's. And if you tell me your feelings and your emotions and they don't align with Chris's, that means you're attacking me. Chris says he got this way because he's been hurt in the past. You know what I think? I don't think that Chris is a victim of any other woman. I think Chris has always been the perpetrator. That's what I believe. I believe Chris got hurt because I believe that Chris was probably treating another woman poorly and that woman did leave. That woman might have even cheated on him. But what he doesn't get is he doesn't get how he drives people to leave him. He probably did get left by a woman. He probably did. He probably even got cheated on by a woman because that woman got fed up with what he was doing and she left. But instead of focusing on what he did to drive that woman to leave him, cheat on him, or do anything else, instead of focusing on that, he's focusing on the hurt he had afterwards. He's the victim. Just like he described himself the victim of Sandia. How the heck is he the victim of Sandia? You're attacked by Sandia? Boy, that tells you right then and there how he likes to flip situations. So when he's calling himself attacked by Sandia and he's a victim, I don't believe his story that he's a victim of some other woman. I believe that he was a perpetrator. He was the initiator. And what that woman did was that woman responded to him, and that woman probably left him, or that woman cheated on him. And now he called himself the victim, but he ain't paying attention to what he did to that woman beforehand. He ain't no victim. There is no way that Chris was running around here being some sweet, kind guy, giving and caring and loving, and then some woman did him dirty, and now he's over here on this dark side. Nope, that's not what happened. He has been on the dark side. He has been non-empathetic. He doesn't care, and a woman just dished out what he was dishing out, and then all of a sudden he was like, ooh, even though I was punching you, you punched me harder than me, and now I'm the victim. Please, Chris, I do not believe you were a victim of some woman. I believe you were the perpetrator, and I believe that woman might have got some get back on you. I believe in the end she might have got you real good. She might have cheated on you. She might have left you. But there's no way I believe that you were some sweet, kind, loving, caring, empathetic man, and this woman over here came and just did you completely dirty. And because she did you completely dirty, you've decided that when you reemerge in the dating world, you're going to treat women horribly like you treating Sandia. Nope, I don't believe it. In that video I did earlier, he telling Dr. Ramani he needs to relearn how to be empathetic. Don't nobody need to relearn how to be empathetic. If you empathetic, period. It ain't a bike. This ain't I got to get back on the bike. No, you don't need to relearn it. You never learned it. It ain't in you. That's why I told Sandia she better run. She better run. And Dr. Ramani told Sandia, listen, just like I told him he needs to be empathetic towards you and your feelings. You need to be empathetic towards him and the fact that he was hurt by another woman. I can be empathetic. I can understand that a woman hurt you. But at that same time, I can also choose not to be there doing your healing. I could do both. I can understand what happened to you. I can understand how you may feel. I can understand how it's now having an impact on you in this relationship, and I can understand how it have an impact on you going forward. I can understand it. I could feel bad for you. I could feel sorry that it happened in your life, but at the same time, I can also choose that I don't want to be part of your healing. I could do both. I could walk and chew gum at the same time, and that's what Sandia needs to do. I'm sorry it happened to you, okay? I'm sorry that this now has become a part of your life. I'm sorry that it's affecting your relationships and your interaction with women going forward. But at this moment, I choose not to be a victim of your healing. See, empathy doesn't mean I have to suffer through whatever trial or trauma you're having. A person can be broke, poor, down on their luck. I can feel sorry for them that they're down on luck, but that doesn't mean I got to give them every bit of money I got. No, it's not the same thing. You can practice empathy and still have boundaries. You can do both. Because a lot of people, that's what they want you to do. They want your empathy to cross over to the point where you drop your boundaries. Nope, that's not going to happen. That's not what you should do. So at this point in time, Sandia needs more boundaries. She needs to have boundaries around herself so that Chris can do the type of healing he needs to do. And she can still be empathetic towards it. She can understand it. But she also needs to know how it affects her. And she doesn't need to put herself at risk for his healing. And the other person that's suffering through somebody's healing is little Aaron over here with Jodie. Good Lord. Good Lord. The sexologist. I'm trained in sexology. What? What are you talking about? What drove you to get trained in sexology? You know why? Her past trauma, the violation that she had upon her body years ago when she was young or whenever it was. That's what drove her. That's what drove her. She said, you know what? I'm no longer going to be a victim of some type of sexual encounter. And from here going forward, I'm going to control everything. And then not only am I going to control every sex act, I'm not going to have any emotion when it comes to sex. None whatsoever. I'm going to look for opportunities to be with men like Chris who have no emotion and definitely wants to have emotionless sex. I'm going to like men like him. Like she said, what is her fantasy? What is her sexual fantasy? An orgy. I knew right then. I knew who it was when they said it. When she said, we're going to play a game and we're going to bring up a sexual fantasy and we need to guess who it is. And she brought up orgy. I said, Jodie, because you know what an orgy? No emotion. You're having sex with multiple people. There's no emotion. It's just an act. It's just a thing to do. It's just an act. No emotion, no nothing. Fits right in with Miss Jodie Joanna. Sure does. Jodie running around here chewing on that food like a cow. I'm a sexologist. Girl. Instead of learning about sexology, go over there and take a few etiquette classes, because that chewing she was doing, talk about getting triggered. I was triggered up in here. I was like, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? When they brought in all this Japanese rope bondage, she was like, oh, this is right up my alley. This is right up my alley. I can be in control. I can be controlled. And when Aaron says, I'm going to put my foot down. I'm going to tie you up. She said, what, now you telling me what to do? He looked. He was like, ooh, I'm getting scared. I'm getting scared of her. She said, no, you're not going to tell me what to do. I'm going to tell you what to do, and I'm going to tie you up. Girl, you just complained about somebody telling you what to do. And in your response, you said, I'm going to complain about you trying to tell me what to do. And instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you. Girl, stop taking these sexology courses. And like I said, go to a therapist's office. Go to a therapist's office. Jodie over here talking about her trauma and her pain, says she don't trust people sooner. But wasn't she just in the last episode running up behind Chris talking about, yeah, I don't need to wait no month to have no sex with nobody. People need to start dating like a man instead of like a woman, and then maybe you won't get hurt. Girl, your trauma is written all over you. I know you think you hiding it. I really know you think you hiding it behind this sexology expert label you don't put on yourself. But girl, it is clear as day. It is clear as day. Everything you do surrounding sex is about avoiding intimacy. Everything. None of it is intimacy. None of it involves emotions. None of it involves feelings. And instead of you realizing that maybe you need some help, instead what you do is you use this platform to tell everybody else that they having sex wrong. They need to start having sex like you. No, we don't. Don't nobody want that kind of sex, girl. Nobody wants it. She says it take a long time for me to trust people, but I can have sex with them in 1 week. Girl, you sound crazy. You sound absolutely crazy. Poor little Aaron said, you know what? I know Jodie may think I'm handsome. She may have some attraction to me, but she ain't really attracted to me. I don't think I make her lady parts tingle. Lady parts. Even referring it to lady parts, that don't even sound right to me, y'all. None of it sounds right. And then Jodie over here sit up in the face of Sandia, and Sandia sitting over there talking to Jodie one-on-one. Sandia, why are you talking to Jodie? She's the woman that you just said is causing problems between you and your man, and you decide you want to have a conversation with her just sitting there nodding. Girl, please. Like I said, Sandia don't need no protection. No. Diamond, Millie, stop trying to protect Sandia. If Sandia don't want to protect herself and stand up for herself, leave her over there. Leave her over there. Okay? You got Jodie sitting in front of her face talking about all these other people want to be up underneath their partners. Not me. I like to go over here and he can go over there. And that's what I call a healthy relationship. Woo! The Gospel of Jodie Joanna. I know ain't nobody reading that book. Don't read the Gospel of Jodie Joanna, because let me tell you, it ain't gonna point you in a healthy direction. It really is not. She says, I know I'm tough in relationships because I can have sex with you and never talk to you again. Girl, you probably don't talk to them even while you having sex. Forget about I can talk to you and I could talk to you. Forget about you can have sex and never talk to them. You probably don't talk to them, period. Let me tell you something. You ain't even seen Aaron in person. Now you know why Jodie Joanna is comfortable with an online relationship, y'all. Now you know. She's not ready. She's not really interested in no emotional relationship. Not at all. Now you know why she's sitting up here dating a gay guy, because you know what? It ain't going to go nowhere. It ain't going to go nowhere, and that's what she's comfortable with. She's not really ready for real intimacy. She's not really ready for a real relationship. She's scared. So what she's going to do is she's going to hide online, have virtual relationships. She's going to date gay men. Okay. And then she's going to have non-emotion sex, orgies, one night stands. You go over there, I go over here. And that's the best relationship. And then what she's going to do is she's going to run around trying to convince other women in the world this is the way it should be. Okay. Jodie called herself a man eater. Girl, a man eater? That's what you called yourself? And y'all think that Chris really wants to be with Jodie, the man eater? Hopefully everybody stop dropping that narrative now. I hope everybody's got enough information to know that Chris doesn't really want Jodie. What Chris likes about Jodie is that Jodie agrees with him. And what he's trying to do by continually backing up Jodie is he wants Sandia to be like Jodie and agree with him. He does not want Jodie. He wants Sandia to adopt what Jodie is doing, which is to agree with everything he says. So what Chris is doing is, I'm going to keep praising Jodie for agreeing with me, because maybe what will happen is that will make Sandia jealous, and Sandia will then say, hey, I want the same approval of Chris that Jodie is getting. See, that's what Chris is trying to do. It's manipulation. He's trying to teach and control Sandia through manipulation. I will keep praising this woman, Jodie, for agreeing with me, and that will make Sandia agree with me. I will keep praising Jodie for none of her emotions and her feelings, because that's what I want from Sandia. But what I really want is, I do want the soft, feminine part of Sandia. But what Chris doesn't realize, those two women that's not even the same woman. He's trying to combine one half of a woman and another half of the woman, but he really wants it in the embodiment of Sandia. That's what he's trying to do. So his continual praising of Jodie has not anything to do with he wants to be with Jodie. What he's trying to do is he's trying to convince Sandia to be more like Jodie in approving and agreeing with everything that he does. It's manipulation. It's a tactic to gain even more control over Sandia. Sandia better not fall for it. She better not fall for it. Because you got Jodie over here talking about, the quicker that I have sex with you, the sooner I'm going to leave you. Girl. Stop trying to teach people. She ain't in no position to be teaching people nothing. Just like Big Aaron, talking about he 51. He shouldn't be teaching nobody over there with them. The only thing Aaron need to be teaching is how to paint your nails and how to do acrylic nails at home. That's about it. And Jodie, girl, don't be teaching these classes to no women. Please don't. Please don't. Well, anyway, y'all, that's it. That's all I got. Thank you for coming to the therapist's office. Thank you for coming to the quack therapist's office, because I ain't no real one. But hopefully the decor, the backdrop, will encourage everyone on this show to go get a real therapist, because everybody needs one. They really do need one. That's it, y'all. Tell me what you think down in the chat, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.